Starting off here with sex differentiation. I wanted to start off here and just discuss how we even become males and females in the first place. But let's talk about sex versus gender. And so sex groups people into females and males on the basis of primary and secondary sex characteristics. This is related to the presence or absence of the Y chromosome, versus gender, which is the social roles based on the sex of the person or the personal identification of one's own gender. And so there can be an incongruence between sex based on genitals and gender identity or experienced gender. That is worthy of a whole separate presentation on its own and beyond the scope of what we'll be diving into with this presentation. But overall, we support all individuals in the pursuit of their strength goals, and some of the information here may still be helpful for those individuals. Talking about the genetics of sexual dimorphism. Sexual dimorphism describes the recognition of two sexes per species. This is a result of the genetic expression of multiple levels of chromosomal, gonadal, hormonal, and behavioral changes. The basis derives from the evolution of sex chromosomes. In humans, we have two sex chromosomes, with females having two X's and the males having an X and a Y. Let's break it down and make this a little bit simpler. I do have some fun graphics along the way, so this will make it easier to follow along. So at fertilization, we all start with one chromosome, the X chromosome. And so actually by genetic default, we're programmed to be females. And then each of our parents are going to provide one additional chromosome, with the mother providing an X chromosome and the father providing a Y chromosome. One of those is going to combine with that X that we start with and either give us the combination of two X's or an X and a Y. And this is going to contribute to sex determination. That being said, at this point, we have an embryo with a bipotential gonad. And it will be the Y gene in particular that will actually trigger the development of testes. And that will give us males. And then the absence of the Y chromosome is what's going to trigger ovary development and result in a female. That will give us the sex differentiation process. Moving on from there, we'll have primary sex differences, and that's related to these primary reproductive organs, the distinctive female and male gonads, or the ovaries and testes. Those will then become the main regulators of sexual differentiation via sex-specific hormones that will regulate downstream developmental processes. Those hormones are going to be controlled by the hypothalamus, and we'll dive into that a little bit more in the next mini lesson.